introductions. We can just go right into it.
Hi! We have decided to do our Raw Madness today while we're out on a Sunday drive, just to do something different, and we needed to get outside today, so we figured we would enjoy the day and make a video. So, I forgot what our topic was today. So, that seems to be a big problem for us because I listen to Ron, I hear what he says, I comprehend what he's saying, I absorb what he's saying, but I don't necessarily do what he said to do. So to him, that's me not listening to his advice. Just because someone gives you advice doesn't mean you have to take the advice. And I do know that it's frustrating when you give someone advice or they ask for your opinion on something and then they do the total opposite of what you suggested. I know that's frustrating because they could have just figured that crap out for themselves to begin with. But sometimes you just want to, in hearing somebody else's opinion, it gives you clarity on what you really want to do. And you can't take it so personal, this guy. You can't take it so personal. And I think that you do. You always think that I don't respect your opinion or I'm not listening to you or paying attention. But in reality, I'm just hearing your side and then making a decision from there.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't seem that, because you can make a decision and when you actually do the outcome of it, it seemed like to me it was just wrong. I'm not saying mine was right. Maybe you could have thought of something better than what I thought of. But sometimes the decisions you make, sometimes they just seem wrong. So, and that's why I say come up with some different scenarios. Then I can think of one or two, and then you think of something, and then when I see the outcome, I was like, it could have been done better.
And that's part of the reason why I don't, like if I'm thinking about something or wrestling with something in my mind, that's a lot of the reason why I don't talk to anybody about it. I just deal with it myself because sometimes too many opinions isn't good either.
I guess they can say the same thing about my videos.
What do you mean?
Because all my videos isn't to everybody's liking, so it's basically the same thing.
I mean,
I guess everything,
you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think that people just need to be okay with someone else not taking their advice, or you could say, I'm not getting involved. Just like you told me when Jermaine was asking me for advice on moving here and his truck situation. He said he needed my help. I gave him all of these scenarios, and then he did the total opposite. I gave him like 5 different scenarios, and he didn't do any of them. And you said that, you know, in situations like that, you would say to the person, you're a grown person, do what you think is best. And I want to start being that way because people are going to do what they want to do. And then it gets to a point where you're giving people advice and then they're like, oh, she thinks she knows everything, which happens to me all the time. Like, I don't think I know everything, but if you're asking me for an opinion, obviously you think I know something. So
I think is we just want to hear other people's opinions, and then we just says forget that, we do something else. You know what I mean?
Then why bother with the other people's opinions?
It's basically wasting your time and their time, but that's just what they want to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just want to hear other opinions because you got to realize today and age, most people don't make their own decisions. They ask other people to make their decision. Mm-hmm. I just think people just need to make a decision, and I think that has a lot to do with people just don't want people not to like what they're doing. That's what I think. I just believe people don't want, just like for instance, well, I'm not even gonna, well, like the bike situation, you know what I mean? Why ask so many people about what should I get? Get what you like and call it a day.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean? I don't, when you got this car, you didn't call.
I didn't call anyone.
You didn't call 10 people. You didn't call 10 people. You didn't call 20 people. You looked at the car and said, I like that car, you got it.
I didn't even ask your opinion.
You didn't even ask my opinion. We was going with a different total car, which you should have got.
And I know you didn't like my decision, and you still don't like my decision, but it's my car. It was my decision to make. And just like when you want to do things, yeah, you talk to me about it, but you don't ask my permission or, you know, even need my input. Sometimes you'll say, what do you think about this or whatever, but
just like my
ultimately it's still your decision.
Just
whether
like,
we're married or not, it's still your decision.
Yeah. What was the topic? Did we get off the topic?
No, it was about listening to what you're not getting mad when someone doesn't take your advice or acknowledge your comments.
I think a lot of that also has to be what we're sensitive, because we're giving you our time, and you asked for our time, and you didn't do anything that we suggested.
Yeah.
You did nothing. I'll listen to your crap. I'll listen to your life story. I'll listen to it. But once it become a habit, then, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear your life for a year.
Or every day, complaining about the same things all the time. Like, and then not doing anything about them.
Yeah, I will listen to you. Yeah, I will listen to you. But I don't want to listen to your problems for a year. If you feel as though you need to talk to me for a full year about your same situation that happened 12 months ago,
get a counselor.
You need a counselor. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's just how I feel. I'm not saying I'm not trying to be your friend. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we can talk about multiple subjects, but if you still talking to me about that same thing 12 months ago, you need help. You know what I mean?
And we're not it. Yeah.
I'm your friend. Let's talk about, okay, if you got that issue, let's move on to that issue. If you got that issue, let's move on to that issue. And I know it's not easy to move on to another issue when you're hurting, because I've been hurt. But, and my wife has been hurt. But you have to realize, we done gave you so many different scenarios that we can come up with. You're going to have to bring it up to somebody else, or maybe they can give you a different insight. Whatever the situation is, and however you decide, at the end of the day, just make sure it's not a negative outcome. You know, I just look at it as long as you're doing the right thing for you, do it. But you got to commit. Commit. When you make that decision, commit. You made the decision, commit to it. I know everybody like to say easier said than done, but I think that's the way it is. If more of us did it instead of talk about it, we'll be all right. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. You know, just give us some feedback.
And suggestions for other videos.
Let us know. Holla at your boy. Peace.